When the grid goes dark and the sirens cut through the night, the only thing between your family and chaos is the bag you packed long before the crisis began. No warning, no countdown. Just darkness, confusion, and the sound of your heartbeat picking up as the world you trusted stumbles into silence. In that moment, there's no time to Google, no store to run to, no second chance. All that matters is what you already have and what you already know. That bag by the door isn't just nylon and zippers. It's your insurance policy when systems fail. Your mobile lifeline when staying put isn't an option. It's the result of choices you made when things were still normal, and the reason you and your loved ones might stay alive when they no longer are. Right now, Kyiv is under siege from its most intense nighttime bombardments in 3 years. On June 17th, a wave of 175 drones and 14 missiles struck, killing nearly 30 civilians and delivering another crippling blow to Ukraine's power grid. This isn't just chaos in Europe. It's a test case for how modern warfare fractures national infrastructure and morale. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, NATO intelligence is tracking an image that's no longer hypothetical. China's naval forces are conducting full-scale rehearsals for an invasion through the Taiwan Strait. These aren't mere demonstrations, they're tactical blueprints, an alarming pivot from saber-rattling to operational readiness. Then there's the Middle East, again in turbulence. In June, Israel launched a concentrated campaign backed by Mossad drone strikes deep inside Iran and U.S. bunker busters hitting nuclear sites at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. Iran retaliated with over 150 missiles and hundreds of drones before a U.S.-brokered ceasefire held as of June 24 to 25. Despite claims by President Trump and intelligence chiefs that Iran's nuclear program has been severely damaged, independent analysts warn it may only be delayed by months. Tehran's parliament even voted to close the Strait of Hormuz, a choke point for 20-25% of the world's oil trade. At home, U.S.-Israel-Iran tensions bring more than regional headline risk. They carry real economic weight. Oil prices have remained somewhat steady thanks to U.S. shale, but the potential for choke point closure or fresh sanctions remains ever present. Meanwhile, inside NATO, the June summit saw leaders ratify a pivot toward spending 5% of GDP on defense by 2035, and affirm mutual defense commitments, driven in part by Ukraine's warnings that Russia could soon target a NATO ally. Every flashpoint, from Kyiv to Taiwan to Tehran, is a thread in a larger web. Power grids, shipping lanes, supply routes, all are interconnected. A blackout in Ukraine disrupts chip fabrication. A naval blockade around Taiwan slows electronics to your corner store. A closure of the straits rattles fuel prices and shipping costs here within days. These are not distant crises. They ripple across oceans and markets, straight into our daily lives. That's why, no matter where you live in the U.S., fragile is the norm and preparedness is your lifeline. Welcome back to Safety Zone. If you're new here, this channel is about clear-headed, no-drama preparedness because planning beats panic every time. Today, we're breaking down a subject that's been dressed up in too much hype and not enough substance: the bug-out bag. This isn't about doomsday roleplay. It's not about looking tactical or racking up likes with color-coded gear layouts. It's about something far simpler and far more serious. It's about building a portable, personal life support system, one that can carry you and your family through 72 hours of disruption, stress, and uncertainty. That's 3 sunrises and 3 nights where systems are offline. No cell service, no clean water, no quick answers. That's when help is delayed, stores are stripped bare, and bad decisions get made fast. A bug-out bag isn't a magic talisman. It's a tool, just like a fire extinguisher or a seatbelt. You don't worship it. You don't fear it. You just build it right, keep it close, and hope you never have to unzip it. Because if you do, you'll be moving through chaos with direction, not desperation. This video is about clarity. It's about how to build the right bag, not the biggest, not the flashiest, not the most expensive. The right bag for you. We'll talk weight. We'll talk trade-offs. We'll talk about the difference between gear you trust and junk you carry because some influencer said so. The goal here isn't to turn you into Rambo. It's to help you stay calm, move smart, and make it from the moment something goes wrong to the moment you reach safety. Mindset first, function over brand, redundancy over novelty, skills over shiny toys. Because survival isn't about what you carry, it's about what you can do with what you carry. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that looks like. You'll know what to pack, how to pack it, and why each item earns its spot in the bag. Let's get into it. Before you even think about buying a pouch, a pack, or a titanium spork, stop. Your first step isn't shopping, it's scoping. You need to map the terrain of your life. Because a bug-out bag isn't built in a vacuum. It's designed around a mission. And your mission is defined by two things: where you are and what's most likely to go wrong. Are you living along the Gulf Coast, where hurricanes can give you 48 hours of warning, or 6? Are you in California or Oregon, where wildfire smoke turns day to night in minutes? Maybe you're in the Midwest, near freight lines that carry toxic chemicals, or close to a nuclear plant. Emergencies don't all look like mushroom clouds. Some show up wrapped in orange sky or floodwater. So your first task is this: define your probable threats by zip code, commute path, and family needs. Think in specifics. Maybe your mission reads like this: evacuate 2 adults and 1 child with 1 asthma condition to Aunt Linda's farm 40 miles away within 6 hours of a mandatory evacuation. That one sentence will do more to shape your pack than any gear list on the internet. If you're in an urban environment where elevators stop and tunnels clog, your bag better include N95 masks, walking shoes, and cash for tolls or bribes when cards fail. If you're rural, fuel stabilizer, hand tools, and paper maps suddenly become gold. A person fleeing a wildfire doesn't need the same gear as someone navigating a blackout in Manhattan. Now consider your legal and logistical reality. If your mission includes crossing state lines, especially with minors, you'll need more than granola bars. Add hard copies of your driver's license, your vehicle registration, your health insurance cards. And if you're moving with children who aren't biologically yours, or you're divorced, carry a notarized custody letter, because the last thing you need in a crisis is a legal roadblock that stops you cold at a checkpoint. Here's a powerful exercise. Run a 5-minute scenario. It's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Where are you? Where are your kids? What if the emergency alert goes off while you're between meetings, 30 miles from home, with gas at a quarter tank? How long until traffic locks down? How fast could you realistically reach your loved ones, and with what supplies? This isn't paranoia, it's logistics. And when you define the problem clearly, the solution becomes sharper. You'll strip out 20, maybe 30% of the junk most beginners overpack. Why? Because once your mission is clear, every item in that bag has to justify its presence. No more just-in-case clutter, no more gimmicks, only tools that move you closer to your objective and nothing that slows you down. That clarity, that discipline, is what separates the prepared from the overloaded. And it's what gets you through that 72-hour window, not just intact but effective. Water is the non-negotiable. It's the first priority and the fastest path to failure if you get it wrong. 1 gallon per person per day is the baseline, but here's the hard truth. That's 8 pounds per gallon. Multiply that by 3 days per person, and your pack turns into dead weight. So you won't carry it all. You'll carry the means to find, filter, and purify what's out there. Your toolkit starts with a Sawyer squeeze or a Grail bottle. The Sawyer is light and compact, ideal for streams and questionable taps. The Grail, on the other hand, is a press-style purifier that handles viruses too, critical in urban or post-flood scenarios. Don't rely on just one. Add a backup, 10 chlorine dioxide tablets. They take time, about 4 hours, but they kill what filters sometimes miss. Redundancy beats regret every single time. You'll also need containers that won't shatter or melt. 2 rigid Nalgene bottles, 1 liter each, give you flexibility, durability, and clarity. You can measure, treat, and boil in them if needed. They're bomb-proof, and they won't leak when tossed into a trunk or slammed against concrete. Once water is covered, food follows. Not comfort food, not novelty rations. You're packing fuel, and every ounce has to pull its weight. Skip the military MREs unless you're in sub-zero temperatures or crossing a war zone. They're heavy, bulky, and full of sodium. Instead, build a daily kit with 20,400 calories of real, shelf-stable nutrition. Think dry, dense, and durable. Vacuum-sealed nut mixes for protein and fats. Dehydrated hummus packs for fiber and taste. You just add clean water. Flat tortillas pull double duty as calories and utensils. Add a titanium spork, and you're good to go. Now you'll need heat. A 750 milliliter titanium pot lets you boil water, rehydrate food, or brew morale-saving coffee. Nest it with a compact stove like the BRS 3000T and a 4-ounce butane canister. That setup? It weighs less than your phone and boils water in under 3 minutes. Plus, it'll survive drops, dings, and the bottom of your pack without issue. High output, low profile. Shelter is your personal climate control. It doesn't have to look like REI gear porn to save your life. A 5x7 foot Silnylon tarp gives you instant shade, windbreak, or cover from rain. It's lightweight, waterproof, and folds down to the size of a burrito. Add 6 aluminum stakes and 30 feet of 550 paracord, and you can pitch it in half a dozen configurations depending on terrain, weather, and time. No tent poles, no fuss, just options. Pair that tarp with a Sol bivy sack, and now you're insulated down to 40-degree roof, even if all you've got on is jeans and a hoodie. The bivy reflects body heat, sheds water, and stuffs into a side pocket. It's not a hotel, but it keeps you dry, warm, and breathing when conditions turn hostile. That's the win. Security isn't about being armed to the teeth. It's about deterrence and staying informed. If you want a legal, accessible layer of defense, carry pepper spray in a belt holster. In most U.S. states, it's legal, effective, and doesn't escalate the situation. But your best weapon is always awareness. Knowing where you are, who's near you, and where you're going before the threat shows up. Clip a Phoenix E12 V3 flashlight to your sternum strap. It throws 200 lumens, enough to navigate trails, read a map, or disorient an aggressor just long enough to move. Light equals information. It also equals visibility, signaling, and reassurance. Round this out with a few mission-critical tools. A multi-tool with pliers, scissors, and drivers to handle basic repairs or improvise. A fixed-blade knife, under 4 inches, to comply with most state laws, but strong enough to baton wood, cut cordage, or prep food. And finally, a roll of 3-inch medical tape. Not just for injuries, it can seal tears in your tarp, reinforce cracked gear, or patch a shoe when duct tape fails. It's light, it's versatile, and you'll be glad it's there. What you've got now is not a survival fantasy. It's a loadout designed for real-world disruption. Clean water, hot calories, dry shelter, basic deterrence. All under 20 pounds, and all chosen for one purpose: to move you from danger to safety without guesswork or wasted effort. Aim for 10% of your body weight as a baseline, 15% tops if you're fit and practiced. For a 180-pound adult, that's 18 to 27 pounds including water. A 40-liter pack with a frame sheet, not a commuter backpack, distributes that load. Organized by urgency. Top lid stores, rain jacket, gloves, and energy chews, the first things you'll need on the move. Main compartment holds water kit, high for gravity, food mid-pack against your spine, shelter items low for ballast. External side pockets house quick grab med kit and headlamp. Waist belt pockets get map, compass, and redundant lighter. Dry bag liners color-coded by category save rummage time and act as impromptu buckets or pillows. Mobility matters. Test stairs, jog 100 yards, and crawl under a desk with the bag on. If straps slip or hot spots bloom on your hips, adjust now, not during evacuation. Finally, incorporate a detachable day sling, big enough for wallet, phone, filter, and snacks, so you can cache the main pack and scout short distances without losing essentials. Tech can save weight but dies without electrons. Pack a 10,000 mAh power bank paired with a 2-ounce 20-watt solar panel that trickle charges while you walk. Store a thumb drive encrypted with BitLocker or VeraCrypt containing scans of IDs, prescriptions, home insurance photos, and a CSV of emergency contacts. Keep the decryption key on laminated paper hidden under the power bank sleeve. If you forget the password under stress, that backup saves your data and your sanity. For comms, a dual-band Baofeng UV5R, pre-programmed with local NOAA-WX frequencies, neighborhood repeater channels, and FRS simplex, turns silence into intel. Clip a mini notebook and space pen to log frequencies, dates, or injury notes when batteries die. As for nav, download offline USGS topo tiles to your phone via Gaia GPS, but print a folding map anyway. Ink never hits 0%. A flawless pack is useless if you fumble with it in the rain. Quarterly, schedule a 12-hour field day. Drive 30 miles out, hike 5, set tarp blindfolded, cook dinner, filter river water, and night nav back. Logging real miles reveals weak shoulders, leaky bladders, and forgotten batteries. For families, assign roles. The strongest adult carries shelter and tools. The second adult manages first aid and documents. Children over 8 tote their own snacks, water, and morale items like a packable card game. Rehearse a 3-signal evacuation code, text, phone, and physical note, so everyone knows when to initiate Plan B. If Grandma can't hike, pre-stage her meds and a duplicate bag at her neighbor's house with a signed consent for emergency pickup. The objective is choreography, not chaos. Prepping shouldn't bankrupt you. Start with what you already own: school backpack, stainless water bottle, and that old fleece. Spend the first $50 on water custody, filter, and tablets. Next, allocate $50 on a used 40-liter hiking pack from a thrift store. Look for intact zippers and a padded hip belt. $10 Harbor Freight headlamp plus alkaline batteries buys you light. Gradually replace weighty gear. Swap the cotton hoodie for a synthetic grid fleece off-season sale. Trade canned chili for freeze-dried beans when REI runs annual dividends. Keep a next purchase list ranked by life-saving priority, not Instagram aesthetics. Over 1 year, even tight budgets can converge on a lean, mission-ready bag. Global fault lines aren't vanishing, they're multiplying. From cyber attacks on U.S. infrastructure to the weaponization of rare earth minerals, from escalating droughts to sudden port closures, we're living in a world where the old idea of normal is no longer reliable. Energy bottlenecks, climate shocks, financial instability, and great power rivalries virtually guarantee more frequent supply chain jolts. Empty shelves aren't theory, they've already happened. Grid failures aren't fiction, they're now seasonal. That means preparedness isn't a trend and it's not a personality type, it's not fringe, it's a baseline. Just like exercise, like home insurance, like retirement savings, it's something you do because you're rational, not because you're scared. You don't need to obsess, you need to integrate. Rotate the food in your bug-out bag every 6 months. Easy enough to set a reminder with your dentist appointments. Update your critical documents, IDs, policies, prescriptions once a year, maybe every tax season. Every time a new warehouse or chemical plant goes up near your neighborhood, revisit your threat model. Did they build a lithium battery plant near the rail line? That changes your evacuation plan. Did the latest wildfire map redraw your county in bright red? Time to rethink where you'd go and how fast. None of this requires panic. It requires attention. Because the goal isn't perfection, it's quiet competence. The kind that lets you scroll past panic headlines without spiraling because you know you've already done the work. Because if tomorrow morning starts not with coffee, but with silence, no cell signal, no lights, no answers, you won't freeze. You'll breathe. You'll zip up, shoulder the pack, check your list, and move with purpose. You won't be guessing. You'll be executing. Preparedness is what separates fear from focus. It doesn't make you invincible, but it makes you ready. And in a world where systems can stall in minutes, ready is a powerful place to stand. If today's breakdown helped you tighten both your kit and your mindset, go ahead and hit that like button. Every click helps more people find the kind of no-nonsense, battle-tested advice that actually makes a difference when chaos hits. Don't just watch Preparedness, live it. Subscribe to Safety Zone for weekly field-tested guides, delivered straight to you with zero hype, no gimmicks, just the skills and strategies that keep you standing strong when the lights go out and the world shifts beneath your feet. This isn't about fear, it's about control. It's about being the calm in the storm, the steady hand when others panic. So, stay vigilant, stay ready, and remember, when everything else fails, your preparedness is the last line of defense. We'll see you in the safe zone.